Okay, so this is the second section of chapter 1, and this is applications of linear equations. So with this, you have to be very mindful of how to solve word problems. It's probably the biggest pain in the neck for just about anybody. People just don't like it. So there's a series of 6 steps. You should read the problem carefully. You should assign values that are unknown. You should try to write some sort of verbal model, come up with some math thing, solve it, see if it works. Okay? We're going to go through a series of several examples that should help. So let's just do it. Okay, so you have twice the sum of a number and 3 equals 14. Find the number. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to let x, let x equal the number. Okay? So then I'm going to say, okay, twice, that's a 2. The sum of a number and 3. So twice the sum, which means to add, of a number and 3 equals 14. All right, so now that's totally doable. Multiple, we go ahead and go 2x plus 6 equals 14, and then I go ahead and subtract 6, and I subtract 6, and I get 2x equals 8, and then I divide both sides by 2, and I get x is equal to 4. Life is good, right? Awesome. Another one, the sum of 2 numbers is 20. The large number is 6 more than the smaller number. Find the 2 numbers. Well, we're going to let x equal the small number. Okay? And then it says the large number is 6 more than the smaller. So then that would be x plus 6 is the larger number. Make sense? So the sum of 2 numbers is 20. So the small number plus the large number is 20. So now I have 2x plus 6 equals 20. Subtract 6, subtract 6. 2x equals 14. Divide both sides by 2. X is 7. The other number is 7 plus 6. Excuse me. So x plus 6, which is 13. So 7 and 13 are the 2 numbers. Next one coming up is when you're talking about consecutive integers. Now this one's a little tricky. This is 5 times the sum of 2 consecutive integers is 705. Find the integers. I never liked these. So what I think of is, I say x is first integer. Okay? Now consecutive means, what's the number that, how would you add in a number after the first one? In other words, if I have 1, what comes after 1 is an integer. That's 2. What comes after 2? That's 3. Those are consecutive. So if x is the first integer, x plus 1 would be the next integer. The next consecutive integer. Okay? So if we do this, 5 times the sum of 2 consecutive integers is 705. All right, now before I go ahead and distribute that 5, I'm going to say you got 2x plus 1 in here. Okay, so now I have 10x plus 5 equals 705. Subtract 5, now I have 10x equals 700. And then I divide by 10, so x is 70, and then x plus 1 is 71. Those are your 2 consecutive integers. And if you multiply them by 5, you get 705. Make sense? Cool. Moving on. I would like you to try this one. See what you can get. You know what? Let's just do it. We'll just do it. For odd integers, right? If you say x is the first integer, for odd, you can't just add 1 to it. You're going to have to add, if the next odd one is 2 digits after that. So you're going to say x plus 2 is the next odd number. Okay? So 6 times the smaller 6 times the smaller of the two consecutive odd integers is 33 more than 3 times the largest. So 33 more than 3 times the largest. Okay, now let's see how this works out. You got 6x equals 33 plus 3x plus 6, right? And then you can combine that left side there a little bit, and you get 39 plus 3x. And then I'm going to subtract 3x, so I got 3x equals 39. And I divide both sides by 3, so x is 13. And then I add 2 to that, and it's x plus 2, and that is 15. So the two numbers I have are 13 and 15. All right, this next one involves interest. Peter earned $405 in 1 year on an investment that paid 4.5% dividend. Find the amount of money invested. For this, the formula that you're going to use is called I equals P times R. So I stands for interest, P stands for principal, which is the initial amount, and R is your rate as a decimal. So in here, what do we have? Peter earned 405. Well, that's the interest. 405 is equal to an investment that paid 4.5 dividend. Well, I don't know what that is. The investment, the P, that's my principal, but I do know the R. So this is P times 0.045. We don't write it like that. We write it as 0.045 times P. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide both sides by 0.045. And P is equal to $9,000. So he started with a $9,000 investment. Looking at another one, it says a shirt in a store was originally priced at $90. It's now on sale for $67.50. Find the percent decrease. How I do this, I say, to get the percent decrease, you have to think of the original price minus the discount as a percentage is equal to the current price. Okay, so the original price was $90, and it was minus some discount. I don't know what it is. So minus the discount, I don't know, but if it was a 10%, it'd be 10% of 90. So we're going to say x is the percent is equal to $67.50. Now here we just go ahead and we subtract 90 from both sides. And now we get negative 90x equals negative 2250, I think it is. Is that right? Yeah, negative 2250. And then we divide both sides by negative 90. And you get 0.25. So the percent off is a 25% discount. Fair enough? Cool. What I want to do is I want to pause this and bring this back for part 2, if that makes sense. All right, so I'll see you out.